Hey guys, it's Audio D, and it's time to play some Nintendo, some NES. I would have played like Mario or something like that for this kind of video, but I didn't want to get in trouble with Nintendo because I don't monetize my videos at this point in time, and I probably never will. So I don't want Nintendo to eat my brains. This is a game that's very near and dear to my heart. It's called The Immortal. I mean, not The Immortal. Sorry, Freudian slip. I wanted to do The Immortal, but I'm going to save that for when I have the beef with me from the beginning. This one is called Tombs and Treasure, which is another game that's near and dear to me. I have countless hours of trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. And like The Immortal, this is a point-and-click adventure, which sort of is like, what the fuck am I even doing? What's going on? And I figured that I wanted something in the background while I talked about Nintendo. And I thought that the music from Tombs and Treasure is some of my favorite, like, of all time. So I figured this would be perfect for talking about my love for and appreciation for the NES on its 30th birthday. Jesus, I feel like that, that picture you've seen of like the it's like a meme or something of the sweating guy. I feel like that. Just because it's like, oh, this dates me a lot. Oh god, the system's 30. I first played an NES at my grandmother's house. We affectionately referred to her as Nana. And Nana had me over for a week. And I was like, okay, this is fine. I'm hanging out with Nana. It was just me and Nana and her hamsters. And she woke me up at like 5 in the morning to play video games. Now, she was a military sergeant. So she was used to waking up at 5 in the morning. So, not me. No, not me, sir. So I got up at like fucking, 5 in the morning to play Mario and like Duck Hunt and Aladdin on her Super Nintendo, like all this stuff. I don't think it was Aladdin. I think I played Aladdin later, but it was old games. These old games I've never seen before. Just like, what even is this stuff? Like, what the fuck's when I was a kid, I was like, what the fuck is a Contra? Like, who's heard of this? Who's heard of Tombs and Treasure? Like, seriously, now, if show of hands, besides me, who's heard of Tombs and Treasure? The Immortal, Snake Rattle and Roll, Double Dragon. Like, I was like, I never heard of this stuff. I was 5. And it was fucking crazy. Like, it was amazing. Maybe I should start this game so I can have a change of music. But yeah, these games are really like close to me, and the system was close to me. It represented bonding with my grandmother, who is sadly no longer with us. She was awesome, and after she passed away, I inherited the NES, which is like the weirdest thing to inherit ever. And I guess I inherited it because we spent a lot of time together playing with it. And I remember taking like a bunch of cartridges and stuff, and I remember like being grounded once, and they wanted to take my NES away, and I was like, you can't, that is mine, I inherited that, you cannot take my stuff. And the thing is, I was like fucking 16, 17, it's like, you're grounding me and taking away my NES, guys? Don't put my fucking property down, like... It was the only thing that I had for the longest time that was mine and belonged to me. Because everything else, my mom was just like, I paid for that. I paid for this. So I had something that was mine uniquely, and it was this NES and these really old games. And I remember for a long time, I had this NES that I didn't really play much because I didn't have the wires for it. Once I found a shop in New York, like, there's a bunch of mom and pop shops now that sell old pieces for these systems. Go to like 8th Street. If you're in New York, you want old video games, check out Chinatown, near, I think it's Canal Street or Elizabeth Center. Across the street from Elizabeth Center, there's a really cool game spot. Check out 8th Street. There's a game place with a big ass Mario statue out front. You can't miss it. And I do believe on St. Mark's Place, all the way at the ass end, you gotta go up some stairs. There's a tucked away hidden game place that's really cool. But yeah, those are like the mom and pop shops that I know of. I'm sure there's more, where you can find NES games and pieces and old game system stuff. Definitely hit them up. I would love for them to stay in business because they're really cool places. But I got the pieces back, and I remember playing these, and I was like, oh, this feels so good. And my zapper worked, and I was like, yeah, fucking kill things with my zapper. Good times. I remember bringing it over to my friend's house and like showing them these old games and like being terrified of like the Immortal, like these orcs or whatever that I thought they were the devil, and this game, I remember being stuck, because I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? These games, like Tombs and Treasure and Immortal, like point-and-click shit, you have to have a fucking strategy guide, or you're not getting anywhere. Because it's like, if you missed one thing, you might as well start the game all over. And now the game is starting up again. Don't worry, I'm almost over telling you about my experience with the NES. But I remember playing, like, Duck Hunt was one of the first games I remember playing because I wanted to play with that zapper so bad. It was like a bright orange zapper. Am I the only one with a bright orange zapper, by the way? Because everybody else's zappers that I've seen are gray. If so, Yahtzee, I have a special I have a special thing. It's even more special now. My NES still works. I still have it. I've tried to. Nintendo's amazing. You can still use some parts for that for like GameCubes and stuff to get your NES working. I know it sounds insane, but trust me, it works. Nintendo has kept like the same sort of parts around for like every system. It's bananas. You can't do it in reverse though. You can't use NES parts to make a GameCube work. It's not gonna happen. But I do believe the red and blue ports that you can attach to your console, to your TV, you can use those. Because I remember I busted. You can't buy a TV with that part that you screw in anymore. And my friend, professional wrestler, Ken Canada. If you see him on a poster, go see him. He's amazing. He has like old fucking systems that he needs an old TV to run it. Not so with the NES. And it's just such a great system, and it's my baby, and I will fight you about this about an NES. I will fight you. And it's my prized possession. I'm hoping to get a case for it, with a glass case for it later on. But yeah, fucking NES is the bomb. Happy 30th birthday. I'm catching up to you slowly but surely, NES. Oh god, this is terrifying. But yeah, I definitely big ups, happy birthday to the NES. And also to Super Mario Brothers, the game. I would have played that here, but Nintendo would have eaten my ass with a spoon. So, you know, real quick about Super Mario Brothers. It's like one of those games that if I'm bored and I want to do something just to do something while I'm talking, or if I'm doing a review even, I'll play Mario in the background just to get my mind on something. Just because it's something I can just pick up and play. Like, your brain just knows what to do. And I haven't had that same success with other games. So bravo on making these awesome games. And here's to my NES making it another 30 years, hopefully, if I do have kids one day, which I'm not planning on doing. So don't get excited, moms out there who are related to me. I'm looking forward to passing that down, and I'm looking forward for the NES to work for another 30 years. Good on you, Nintendo, for having such damn good hardware. Alright, as this starts over for like the 5th time, I think I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks.